peoples, my peoples. Welcome to Box Center. I'm your host, Jay Smith. We're gonna do what we do, man. We're gonna talk boxing. Mainly about the Tank Davis, Lamont Roach decision, which is being reviewed by the New York State Athletic Commission. Will they overturn it? Will they leave it as is? We'll find out. I think we'll find out soon enough. And it's interesting to see how opinions are so divided. There's a lot of fans who think that it should be overturned, but there's also a lot of fans who feel like it should remain as is. There's folks that are saying, look, it's a business and they're just not going to do it because it's bad for business. So we have to see how it all play out. Nobody's a psychic. Nobody can guess how they're going to rule. But man, I tell you what, right now, no matter what decision they make, it's going to be controversial, just like the fight. Why? Because if they leave it as is, a lot of people are going to be upset about it. If they overturn the decision, folks are going to be upset. So it's like right now the New York State Athletic Commission is on the hot seat. Right now, my peoples, the New York State Athletic Commission is on the hot seat. Shout out to the first person to drop in. What's the deal, my peoples? We're going to be talking about that Tank Davis, Lamont Roach decision. Let a few more people get up in here. But what you think? You tell me what you think. Are they going to overturn the decision or are they going to leave it as is? Right now, everybody's just wondering how is it going to go down. Eduardo Flores, what's the deal, my boy? So again, that's the magic question. Right now, the New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing the decision, and they're determining whether or not they should leave it as is or overturn the decision. So what do you think they're going to do? Let me see. So Eduardo Flores, Tank seem a bit off. That's hard, to be honest. That's real hard to determine because if you think about it, anytime an elite level fighter finds somebody that's going to outbox him or give him that serious work, they kind of always seem a bit off. Like if you think about Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford, people said that too. He seemed off. He didn't look the same. So that kind of tends to happen when you see that a guy we're supposed to see him knock people out. He couldn't knock him out, so now it's like, oh, damn, he didn't look the same, but you never really look the same if you can't do what we're used to seeing you doing. But at the end of the day, what do you think, my brother? Do you feel like the New York State Athletic Commission should leave the decision as a draw and focus on the rematch, or should they overturn the decision? How do you think they should proceed? And I've been asking this question, for the last couple of days. A lot of people are saying, nah, leave it as a draw. Don't change it. But a lot of people are also saying it's not fair for Lamont Roach. He should have won that fight. If you deduct that point that should have been deducted, Lamont Roach is the winner on 2 scorecards. Right now, Lamont Roach would have been a champion in the 135 division and the first guy to hand Tank Davis a loss. And that didn't happen because the referee did not call it. What's good, Alex? So there goes the magic question for you, Alex, as well. What do you think? Should the New York State Athletic Commission overturn the decision and give Lamont Roach the win? Or should they leave it as is, leave it as a draw, and call for the immediate rematch? What do you think, my peoples? That's the magic question. And I want to point something out, my peoples. The WBA chimed in on this. The WBA said what they had to say. Eduardo Flores, let's be honest, they have to keep it as a draw for business sake. I do think reach out, get the win. I do think Roach got the win. So I think that right now their back is up against the wall, and I'm gonna tell you why. They've already admitted that the referee did not make the right decision. They already admitted that they could not do the replay because they had a glitch in their system. Keep in mind that in New York, replays are available. They should have been able to do a replay and say, wait a minute, he took a knee, let's do a count. But there was no replay. So the New York State Athletic Commission, their back is up against the wall because they already said a mistake was made. They already said that there was a glitch in the system. So now that they're reviewing it, and they told us they're reviewing it, well, they have to make a ruling. Okay? Oh, Alex, I have 17 years. I don't know. I am French. Okay, well, Alex, I appreciate you dropping by with us, my brother. A knee is a knee, bro. No matter what, 100%. 100%. A knee is a knee, my peoples. And I already looked at the rules. Yo, I noticed that a few people subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. I promise you, this is one of the most original boxing channels that you're gonna see. I promise you, my peoples. There ain't nothing like, I don't copy nobody. I don't try to do content like nobody else. Somebody hit that like button. I appreciate that. This is different. If you check out the videos that I post, I promise you, this is real boxing content from somebody who knows the sport of boxing. So I want to tell you what the WBA said. You may have seen it. The WBA said that they're okay with the decision the referee made of not calling it an 8 count or not deducting a point, but they're calling for an immediate rematch. Yo, the WBA is full of shit, my peoples. And I'm going to tell you why they're full of shit. Think about this. The sanctioning body makes a percentage of the purse of whoever's the champion. So if you're the champion in the WBA, every time you fight, they get a percentage. I don't remember if that's 5% or something like that, but they get a percentage, right? Tank Davis is the guy that makes the most money in the 135 division. So it's convenient for the WBA for Tank to stay the champion because they're going to make the most money with him. Why would they want Lamont Roach to be the champion if they're going to make less money? So, of course, they're going to be all right with the decision. They want Tank Davis to be the champion. He's going to pay out the most money every time he fights. Tank Davis get the biggest purse in the whole division. He's one of the best paid fighters in boxing. So, yes, the WBA want him to be the champion. So, don't listen to the WBA. They got conflict of interest. I don't give a damn what the WBA has to say. They want to make more money. Of course, they're going to favor Tank. Pierre-Olivier Dallier, Tank is the cash cow of boxing. Well, he's one of the cash cows. He's not the cash cow, And not just him and Canelo, because I could tell you, look, Canelo Alvarez makes more money than Tank. Every time he fights, he makes more money than Tank. Like, it's not even close. And there's a few people, like, for example, AJ, even though he's lost a couple of times, he's made a lot more money than Tank and sold out bigger arenas than Tank. So, but Tank Davis is one of the guys that's making big money in boxing. You know what I'm saying? He's making big money in the sport of boxing. So the WBA, they want him to stay on as the champion because he's going to pay out the most sanctioning fees. In the 135 division, Tank Davis is the cash cow. Nobody in that division make the type of money Tank Davis make. Nobody. So he's that dude. Jason Abrams, Manny is the GOAT. Manny Pacquiao, he's a GOAT, but he's retired, my brother. He's not going to be fighting. So I ask you, my peoples, if we know that Tank Davis took a knee, we know that they did not take a point from him. John Parham, what's the deal, my brother? Bam. We know that Tank Davis took a knee. There was no point deduction. What happens next? The decision is under review. Right now, they're reviewing that decision. A lot of people telling me, nah, man, nah, they're not gonna overturn it. And there's people saying, yo, they should overturn it because Lamont Roach would win that fight with that extra point. Ryan is making good money too, but he's not making Tank Davis money. Not just, he's one of the guys. You see, Ryan Garcia, you got to remember, his biggest payday was when he fought Tank Davis. When he fought Devin Haney, they thought he was going to make like $30 million, and it did not sell the way they thought it would. So him and Devin Haney did not make nowhere near what he made versus Tank Davis. Now, you're saying, in my opinion, they have no choice, my brother John Parham. I think that they do. I mean, think about it. If they did not have a choice, why would they review it? Eduardo Flores says it's just a slap in the face, man. So now when the people take knees, boxers should just continue to hit until the ref counts. And you see, you're making a good point. The decision from the New York State Athletic Commission is going to set a precedent. Because you're going to decide, wait a minute. So if Tank was able to take a knee, no point deduction, no problem, does that mean from here on out, every fighter can take a knee? Is that going to be okay? We got to see it. We have to see it, my peoples. Is it okay to take a knee now? From now on, can boxers just take a knee if they feel like it? And you know what's funny? I'm going to tell y'all something funny right now. There's a new video with a new angle that I'm going to upload it on this channel for y'all to see it. And this is what that video shows. Yo, about 2 seconds before taking a knee, Tank Davis took a jab in the right eye. And when he took that jab, he went like this, look, boom. And right there, he took a knee. My peoples, what affected his eye was a jab that he took right in his eye. He went like that. And then he went down on his knee right after taking that jab in that same eye. And it's under review. The Athletic Commission is going to see that video that I'm telling y'all about. They're going to understand that he took a jab to the eye. And I'm telling you, I was an amateur boxer, my peoples. And you know what happens? And you see it in the fights. They put Vaseline on your eyes. After every round, they put that Vaseline. So you get punched, that Vaseline goes in your gloves. So you could take a jab in the eye, and it's going to burn. But Tank is not going to tell you he took a jab, and that's what really burned his eye. He's going to tell you, oh, it was the grease that went down into my eyes. Come on, man. Come on. A timeout. The timeout was in round number 9. So the Athletic Commission is going to see what happened. They're going to see it. And they're going to have to determine, damn, this guy really took a timeout in the middle of the round. Are we going to let this slide? I also want to point out for you, my peoples, the following. Turning your back on your opponent and the referee, that's grounds for disqualification. They could review this and even say, yo, he should have been disqualified. You see, I'm going to respond to you, my brother. DBC88, you saying stop it. Y'all want Tank to lose so bad. Why don't y'all beat him? You see what's the problem? You're saying that people want Tank to lose so bad because you're a hardcore Tank Davis fans. You don't give a damn about the rules of boxing. You don't even give a damn about the rules of boxing, my brother. You just want to defend Tank Davis no matter what. So when somebody talk about the rules, the integrity of the sport, you don't even give a damn about the sport. You only care about Tank Davis. Y'all be doing crazy work. Y'all be doing crazy work, my brother. That's nasty work. Oh, y'all want him to lose. Meanwhile, if you look at my video that I posted before the fight, I predicted Tank Davis was going to knock Lamont Roach out by the 8th round or before that. I predicted that he was going to knock him out. And you out here saying that we want Tank to lose. Nobody want Tank to lose, my brother. We want the rules of boxing to be followed. The rules of boxing stipulate if you put a knee down, that's an automatic point deduction. The referee missed it. Now Daniel is saying it's a draw. Let's see the second fight because I think it's fair because Tank champion. Daniel, this is my response to you, my brother. Why would you think it's fair when Tank Davis took a knee and there wasn't a count and a point deduction? Do you think because he's a champion, they don't have to follow the rules with him? Is that what you're saying? And I asked that question to every Tank Davis fan. I asked that question to every Tank Davis fan. Do you think because Tank Davis is a champion, they don't have to follow the rules with him? People do glaze Tank kind of crazy. Giovanni Jimenez. Yo, that's what I be saying, like, my peoples. Why is it that y'all don't want the rules to be followed when it comes to Tank Davis? The rules need to be followed with every fighter, my peoples. That's what the rules are about. Or do you want the sport of boxing to be ruined by every fighter just taking a knee whenever they feel like it? That will ruin the sport of boxing. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, there's people saying, oh, he didn't get hit. He didn't get hit. That does not matter, my peoples. If you take a knee, that's an automatic point deduction. Those are the rules. You can David Freeman, there you go, dropping knowledge. You cannot take a timeout. You cannot stop the fight when you feel like it. Why is it that when people are a fan of a fighter, they don't care about the rules of the sport? They just want to defend the fighter no matter what. I don't do that, my people. As an analyst, I defend the integrity of the sport. I don't defend one fighter over the rules. So Tank Davis fans, it's like y'all don't care about the rules. It's cool that he took a knee. It's cool that he took a timeout. It's cool that he turned his back to his opponent, to the referee. Don't you know that your corner coming onto the apron, that's grounds for automatic disqualification? Your corner cannot assist you in between round, my peoples. That's under review right now. That's right now. The New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing that. You cannot just go to your corner, yo, wipe my face real quick. This is not a sparring session in your gym in you know what I'm saying, in Baltimore. This is a championship fight for the titles they fighting. Come on now. You cannot just take a timeout, my peoples. No matter how much Tank Davis fans want to defend them and want to say, yo, it's okay, it should have been a draw, and there's no point deduction, that's not fair. Nah, my peoples. We got to defend the rules of boxing, not one fighter. Bro. After the knee, he should feel he was behind. And I agree with you, John Parham. I agree with you. He should have known, okay, I'm behind, but, again, all we have to do is look at the fact that the referee didn't do anything, and we had a few seconds where even as boxing fans, we didn't know what the hell was going on. Like what is happening? We're looking at a fight where a guy took a knee, walked away, went to the corner, wiped his face, and then went back, resumed fighting like, okay, I just took a quick timeout. Yo, if the New York State Athletic Commission says it's okay, we're not going to do anything about it. You know what that means? Any fighter from here on out is going to be able to take a knee, pause the action whenever they feel like it. All they have to say, oh, I had something in my eye. Take a knee. You imagine what boxing would turn into if people would just start taking a knee? Yo, boxing will be like soccer. You see in soccer how guys faking injury all the time and they roll around in the floor, acting like they hurt so they could take a break, so they could pause the action, so they could get a substitute. For a bunch of different reasons they do it in soccer. Do you want boxing to be like that? Think about it, my peoples. Do y'all want boxing to turn into a sport where a bunch of fighters is faking an eye, something in their eye so they could take a knee? That shit would absolutely ruin the sport of boxing, yo. Million films, face of boxing privileges. Only 10 can do that. You see? That's the problem. Only Tank is able to do that. During that fight, he did it, and nobody did nothing about it. But now, the New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing it. Now, they're on the hot seat. Because guess what? If they say, nah, we're not going to overturn the decision, well, you're setting a precedent for more fights now, for fighters to do that. And now, if another fighter does it, you can't deduct a point. Because they're going to refer to Tank Davis. They're going to say, wait a minute. You can't deduct a point from me. Tank Davis did it, and y'all didn't deduct a point from him. What we going to do about that? You see, JJ Strauss 73 says Tank is about to have an L. That can happen. Because listen, my people, there's a lot of people telling me, yo, that decision cannot be overturned. No decision ever gets overturned. And I refer ya to Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Yes, the situation was different. Allegedly, Ryan Garcia did steroids. But Devin Haney walked out of that fight as the loser, and Ryan was the winner. After their investigation, they overturned the decision, and Devin Haney is now undefeated again. So yes, a decision can be overturned. And now that it's under review, it's like I told you, my peoples, the Athletic Commission is on the hot seat. Because if you leave it as is, you're setting a precedent for future fights where fighters can now take a knee if they want to. Oh, well, I'll take a knee. You can't do nothing about it. Yo, imagine if a fighter's taking a lot of punishment and he's about to get knocked out. Now he could just take a knee to pause the action and take a break and even run to his corner. Yeah, wipe my face real quick. I got something on there. But they really trying to take a break? So that's what we have to understand, my peoples. The rules have to be enforced. The New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing it, and they have to make a decision. They have to make a ruling. Yo, I'm telling you, it's not going to take a long time. Soon enough, we're going to find out what decision they're going to make. David Freeman says, Ryan didn't take PED. Vada is in Haney's corner. That's a big-ass conspiracy right there. That's a big-ass conspiracy. David Freeman and Usyk didn't win last fight either. See? Sherry Parker says, how soon will we know? You know, I'm not gonna say exactly how soon we're going to know because there's no real way. But once a review starts of something this simple, it's not gonna take that much time. I feel like before Sunday, we're gonna know what they decided to do. Before Sunday, I feel like we're gonna know. Whether or not they're gonna overturn this, we're gonna find out. Do you honestly think that it will be overturned? Clayton McKelia. I'm going to tell you this right now, my brother. I feel like they're going to overturn it. I could be wrong, but I feel like they're going to overturn it. Because if they don't overturn it, what are you telling other fighters for future fights? You're telling them that, yo, you could take a knee whenever you want, and nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen if you take a knee. So, you know, you're setting a precedent. If you don't take any action, you're going to tell other fighters that they can do the same thing. That's what I want you to think. The New York State Athletic Commission, that ruling can change how boxing looks from here on out. That's what I want. I'm asking you, and I'm asking Tank Davis fans. If you're a Tank Davis fan, I'm asking you this question. I want you to say what you think. Do you want a sport of boxing where in the middle of rounds fighters could just take a knee and pause the action? Do you really want that to be part of the sport of boxing? Because this decision, that's what it could mean. It could mean that, you know what, we don't have to follow this rule. There's a rule that says, hey, if you take a knee, there's a point deduction. Should they do away with that rule and from now on people could just take a knee whenever they feel like it? Because I feel like if they do that, boxing is going to start looking like soccer. You see how they do in soccer. You tap them like this, dang, and they're like, oh. Faking in the floor, rolling around like they hurt so they could pause the action, so they could, substitute for another player or do whatever they need to do. Yo, this decision, allowing it to remain as is, can ruin the sport of boxing. It can change what boxing looks like. And that is not what we want to see in boxing. Boxing is the greatest combat sport that there is and that there ever was. But the business of boxing is ruining it. Look, all sports are rigged. GG. It's ruining it, my peoples. When you watch a fight, you want to feel like that fight is real. That result is going to be real. But when you start doing this, ignoring the rules, you give the right to people to say, yo, this is rigged. You give them a reason to say, yo, this is rigged. Look what's happening over here. Daniel says, I think you're right on the knee. But the ref gave him a chance and let it go. It's up to the ref. You see, Daniel, that's where you're wrong right there, my brother. It's not up to the ref. If it was up to the ref, the athletic commission would not be reviewing it. It's not. There's actually New York allows replays. What should have happened is that they should have replayed that and they could overrule the referee. But they already stated that they had a technical glitch and they were not able to review it. They were not able to replay it. So they had to let it go and go with whatever the referee said. But let me correct that for you, my brother, so you can see what is up to the referee. Let's say two fighters are fighting. A guy lands a punch and the guy falls, but his foot slipped. It's up to the referee to decide if it was a slip or if he fell from the punch. That's up to the referee, 100%. But the rule on a fighter voluntarily taking a knee is not up to the referee. That's an automatic point deduction as per the rules of boxing. And the referee did not miss it. It's not like he was looking away and he didn't see when Tank Davis took a knee. He caught it. The referee even started counting. And then for some strange reason, he stopped. I think he counted like up to 3. 1, 2, and then he just stopped counting. So I'm telling you, my brother, it's 100% not up to the referee. That rule is not up for interpretation, like a slip. A slip can be up to interpretation because the referee could say, he didn't fall from the punch, he slipped. That wasn't a slip, my people. He went down on a knee voluntarily. And the rules are very specific. If you take a knee voluntarily, that's a point deduction automatically. Brooklyn King says, Tank lost, and that was crazy how you can take a knee and the ref count, then stop. Crazy work. That's what I'm trying to tell you, my people. The referee even started counting, and then he randomly stopped. That's what I'm talking about. The rules of boxing are not up for interpretation, my peoples. You got to follow the rules of boxing. Zenpai says, Dana White and Turkey making a new boxing league like UFC. Well, right now they're not making the new boxing league yet. They're making a new boxing promotional outfit. Like PBC, Golden Boy, Matchroom. They're going to have something knockout. They're going to have their own promotional companies. They'll be able to sign fighters and all that good stuff. Shout out to His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh, my people. He out there making boxing great again. That's facts. But I gotta tell you, man, we have to see how this whole thing is gonna play out. Jiu-Jitsu Jedi also Tank turned his back. When a fighter turns and walks away from 8 count, it's a sign of forfeit. Also, once the corner intervene, that's a DQ. That's what I'm trying to tell you, my brother. That's what I'm trying to tell you. John Parham, I appreciate you saying that. No racist talk. My peoples, I don't do the racist stuff. You know, if you start talking racist stuff, first you get a timeout, and then you get removed out of here. We don't do those out here. We respect the fighters, and we respect everybody. But I want to point something out, my peoples. And I want y'all to keep this in mind. The rules of boxing are there for a reason. If you ignore the rule, we automatically are allowed to question the integrity of the sport. It starts looking like the sport is fake, like it's planned out, like it's rigged. And you know what? That's the reason why a bunch of boxing fans left to MMA and left to bare knuckle, because they got tired of it. They like, nah, I'm not going to support a sport where the guy who wins may not win simply because he's not as famous or his name is not as big as the other guy. That's not the way that it goes down, my peoples. The rules are supposed to be followed, and the guy who should win should always walk out with the W. Yo, appreciate everybody who hit that like button. I see some people subscribe to the channel today. Salute. I appreciate y'all. Yo, I'm going to tell you something, my peoples. Everybody that's in here right now, please stick around with me for at least 2 minutes. There's 93 people on this live, and I've never hit 100, my peoples. I've never had 100 people on my live. So I ask all of you to stay for 2 minutes at least till we hit that 100. And then if you want to get the hell out of here, bounce. But help me. Oh, man, I dropped to 66. I've been close to getting to 100 people on my live, but I've never been there yet. We trying to make it happen. Pastor J says, will they give the W to Roach or keep it as a draw? That's what I've been asking, my brother. That's a great question. But it's what I've been trying to tell everybody. If they leave it as is, you're setting a precedent. You're telling the boxing community that from now on, if they want to pause the action, they could just take a knee. What will that do to the sport of boxing if people start taking a knee? Dooley OG, yo man, rules applied, but in real-time events, shit happens. Definitely seemed like favoritism, but shit happened. You see what I'm saying? It's favoritism because there were so many things that happened in that small moment. It's not just that he took a knee. It's that he also turned his back away from the fighter and the referee and walked away all the way to his corner. Then somebody in his team went on the apron and wiped his face. That's grounds for a disqualification right there. Yo, wiping the fighter's face mid-round is grounds for disqualification. So a Tank Davis fan is going to tell me, oh, you hating. I'm hating because I want the rules of boxing to be followed. Let's be honest, my people. Damn, I'm a bad guy for trying to be honest, for trying to keep the integrity of the sport as it should be. Mike Golden, I hope folks know they won't give Roach the win. If anything, it will be turned to a no contest. That would actually benefit both fighters. They cannot do a no contest, my brother. They can't. They won't be able to. You know why they can't do a no contest, Mike Golden? Because what they're reviewing specifically is what happened in the 9th round. So they're either going to have to leave it as is and say, yo, we're going to let it slide, or they're going to overturn it and give Lamont Roach that point that he should have got during the fight. And if they do that, he's going to be up on 2 of the scorecards. So they're going to have to give him the W. You're either going to have to give Lamont Roach the win, or you're going to have to leave it as is. 93 people on this live, my peoples. Help me get to 100. So you're going to set a precedent. If you allow this ruling to remain as is, then you're going to say to all future fighters, if you want to, you could take a knee. Nothing is going to happen. All you need to do is say, yo, I got something in my eye. And you can take a knee. Do we want boxing to turn into soccer? Where they fake an injury all the time so they can roll in the floor and take a quick timeout? So we have to wonder, the New York State Athletic Commission, they got their back up against the wall. So Tekken Hudson says they already paid the money. They're going to leave it alone. But here's my question, my brother. To the people that say that they're going to leave it alone, why would they review it then? Why would they, if they're going to leave it alone, what's the point of a review? Because when you start a review and you make it public that they made a mistake with that knee, you already got your back up against the wall. Now you have to make a decision. Now, if you're saying they're going to leave it alone, they can't just stay quiet. They're going to have to make an announcement. One of these days, within the next few days, they're going to have to make an announcement. So what you're saying is that they're going to announce, hey, after further review, we decided that Tank Davis doesn't got to follow the rules. We're going to leave it like that. We have to, and Quincho Jacinto, I'm agree with you. Favoritism is part of every sport. But again, once you made it to that phase where you're under review, the athletic commissioner is on the hot seat because a lot of people are expecting them to do the right thing. At this point, remember, we know how that works. We know about favoritism. But once it's under review, what can you do? Are you going to let everybody know that the athletic commission favors Tank Davis and allows him to break the rules? Whoa, JJ says it's not being overturned no matter how much is pushed. Is that you're saying no matter how much is pushed, nobody's pushing it? It's under review. It's under review, my brother. And you're saying there's been many robberies, but what you have to understand, my brother, one thing is a robbery because the referee just gave it to the fighter, and another thing is a review because the referee did not give a count by rule. Remember, in a robbery, no rule has to be broken. Simply the judges were biased and gave it to a fighter, but no rules were broken. Right now, a rule was broken, and the New York State Athletic Commission already admitted it. They already say, yo, that should have been reviewed. We had a technical glitch. We could not review it, and that's why it went down like that. But there's the magic question somebody's asking you, whoa, JJ. So do you think from now on every fighter should be able to take a knee? And look what Faz Ahmed said. He did count, he started, then changed his mind. Exactly, my brother. How you as the referee, you know the rules, you know that a knee down means that you have to count. He started to count, and then he stopped. I promise you, my people, during this review, they're going to ask him. They're going to be like, fam, you started to count. Why did you stop counting? Jiu-Jitsu Jedi, 3 rules were broken. You're right. Number 1, he took a knee. Number 2, he turned his back on his opponent and the referee. And number 3, his corner went on the apron. He did a 3-in-1. Faz Ahmed, Floyd took a knee when he hurt his hand. Nah, Floyd never took a knee. That's not true. He never took a knee. That wasn't a knee. He didn't take a voluntary knee. And you got to think about that, my brother. Floyd Mayweather's been retired for how many years? And we're bringing up Floyd Mayweather. Think about it. How many years Floyd Mayweather hasn't even fought? Exactly. You're bringing up something from Floyd Mayweather to justify what Tank Davis did last weekend? Come on, bro. When you talk J Straw 73, when you talk retirement and they know you won't be the cash cow much longer, there's far less reason for them to protect you. Bam! A lot of people not thinking about that. Tank Davis is talking about retirement lately, not wanting to fight the people that the fans want him to fight. So let me say something. Let me remind y'all. Dooley OG, Floyd hand touched the canvas. The hand and the knee is not the same thing. Let's not have this conversation, my people. Touching a hand and touching a knee is not the same thing. And Floyd touched a hand, if I'm not mistaken, with Zab Judah. Zab Judah caught her with a nasty punch that everybody felt should have been a knockdown, and it wasn't ruled a knockdown. But that's different because he did not voluntarily pause the action. He took a punch and it was not ruled a knockdown, and they kept it moving. How are we going to compare what happened with Floyd to Tank taking a knee, walking away, having his face wiped by his corner? This is all under review, my peoples. It's all under review. Claymore Rain. What's the deal, my brother? Yo, shout out to Claymore Rain, my peoples. You see that man right there? That man knows his boxing. I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel. I'll be checking him out. Subscribe to Claymore Rain, my peoples. That's real boxing talk right there. Real boxing knowledge. So again, my peoples, we have to wonder if the New York State Athletic Commission rules that this is going to stay as is, does that mean from here on out, boxers can take a knee whenever they want to? Night Night Goat. It was a 9-9 round because he won that round. Come on, man. Listen, you see, now you're arguing as a Tank Davis fan who wants to defend Tank Davis. And I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't matter how you're scoring the round. At the end of the fight, 2 judges had it a draw. It's not about your scorecard. It's how the judges score it. If 2 judges score it a draw and that point deduction goes into effect, Lamont Roach won the fight. So, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a 9-9 round. That's not what the judges had. Whatever the judges had, they had to fight even. So a point deduction will put Lamont Roach ahead on 2 cards. He automatically becomes the winner. S says Tank got robbed. Roach got schooled. You got it, fam. If that's your opinion, you got your opinion. You know, Tank Davis fans, man, y'all real faithful. Yo, Tank Davis fans are so faithful to Tank Davis that y'all don't even give a damn about the rules of boxing. Damn the rules of boxing, y'all gonna defend Tank Davis no matter what. Yo, salute to y'all, man. Y'all real loyal to that man. So, STR8 Nick says, check the point style. Roach lost. I don't know where you get that from. Roach threw more punches and landed more punches. So I think you need to check the stats. Tank was tied his shoes and they look at point. Come on, man. Like we gotta be honest with ourselves. I don't know if people are trolling by saying that crazy stuff. Tank got robbed and all that. Listen, man, at the end of the fight, even Tank Davis said, I want a rematch. Tank Davis has never rematched any of his opponents ever. Not even Pitbull Cruz, who went the distance with him, got a rematch. And after this fight, Tank Davis said, yo, I want a rematch. William P., you're saying when he took a knee, he didn't get punched. That's actually wrong. And I'm going to post a video. You're going to be proven wrong. There's already a new video that's out, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Tank Davis took a jab in the eye, like this, look, boom! And right when he took that jab, he went like that, and took a knee. So he actually took a punch in his eye, went like that, and right there he took a knee. So he didn't get knocked down from the punch, but the punch went all up in his eye with probably that same Vaseline, and that's what was burning him. He definitely, without a doubt, took a punch. Claymore Rain says it's simple. Can a fighter at any time in a fight stop the action on his accord and it's not be a knockdown? There you have it, my people. There's a specific rule that stipulates if you take a knee to pause the action, that's an automatic knockdown. The rules nearly state it's a knockdown. That's my point, my peoples. I understand if you're a Tank Davis fan, if you rocking with him, if you loyal to him, that's great. But damn, yo, don't put, not just Tank Davis, don't put any fighter, my peoples, above the rules. Rick Quiñones says, how about when a fighter get blood in their eye? They don't stop. There you have it, my peoples. What if you get a cut? Are you going to pause the action? Wait, I got blood in my eyes. Pause. Claymore Rain, it don't matter if he got hit or not. That's what I'm trying to tell the peoples, my brother. That's what I've been trying to tell the people. Claymore Rain is telling you, ask Tim Tszyu. This man had blood gushing in his eyes for 12, for when he got cut. Was it in the third round that he got cut? Fourth? Like 8 rounds of blood in his eyes. And he couldn't stop. You know what's supposed to happen, my people, when you got something in your eye? You got to fight through it. And at the end of the round, when you go to your corner, they'll handle that. No such thing as pause the action so they can help you out. And by the way, the New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing round number 9. There's 3 things that can happen over here, my peoples. Number 1, they can rule that there's a point deduction and they can overturn the decision based on that point deduction. But guess what? They can even rule that Tank quit when he turned his back on the referee. And they can rule a disqualification when Tank Davis's corner went on the apron and wiped his face. A trainer, a manager, nobody in your corner is allowed to assist you mid-round. Now, y'all tell me, was Tank assisted in the middle of a round while the clock was ticking? Y'all tell me, my peoples. Yo, I appreciate everybody who hit the like button. I see some people subscribe to the channel. For the first time, I had over 100 people on the live. Woo! We cooking, my peoples. We cooking. And if you don't know, we're going to teach you. We're going to tell you how it go. Now, can they overturn the decision? They absolutely can. Will they? I don't know. I'm not a sidekick. I'm not going to tell you that they will overturn the decision. But my prediction is that they will overturn it. Because they're on the hot seat. You're on the hot seat. This decision from the New York State Athletic Commission can set a precedent. If they say we're going to leave it as is, well, I guess from now on, fighters could take a knee whenever they want to. Yo, I appreciate you coming through. You already know, my brother, we here. But still had Tank winning. We shall see. We shall see, my peoples. But as of right now, it is under review. Kingdom of Kush. I like that name. Look what he's saying. It should be a disqualification. Tank Davis, yo, when he turned his back and walked away from everybody, he could have been disqualified right then and there. As soon as his corner went and wiped his face, the referee could have went like this and disqualified them. So we have to be honest with ourselves, my people. At least me, myself, I put the rules, I put boxing ahead of everybody. No one fighter is more important than the fighting game, than the sweet science. Straight Nick, everybody's so used to Tank knocking everybody out. The fact that Roach went 12th makes everybody say he won. No. What makes me say that Roach won is that there was no point deduction when there should have been a point deduction. You see? You're trying to say, well, nah, they're only saying that because Tank didn't knock him out. That's what you're saying. Nah, I'm not saying that because Tank didn't knock him out. I'm saying that because the rules of boxing were not followed, my brother. Let's be honest. I want you as a boxing fan to be honest and say, okay, if the rules were not followed, what should they do? Should they fix it? Or should they say, nah, anybody can take a knee whenever they feel like it? Claymore Rain, this ain't about Roach winning. This is about did he take a knee or not. That's the thing, Claymore. Like, Tank Davis fans, they just don't want to admit that he took a knee and a point deduction should have took place. Their whole argument is that we're hating and we want to see Tank lose and we just hoping that he lose his title, and it's all about we're hating. They keep ignoring the rules of boxing. Did he take a knee? Did he not? Yes, he took a knee. Was there a point deduction? No, there was not. It's under review right now. Can they overturn it? Yes, they can. So if we know that you got it, Milton Hill, if we know that he took a knee, then what is the problem with the Boxing Association, with the Athletic Commission making the right decision? Peril saying Roach lost regardless. You see? So Peril, you're arguing it as a Tank Davis fan, not as a fan of boxing. Because two scorecards have Roach a draw. Those two scorecards will have Tank Davis, will have Lamont Roach as the winner of this fight if they overturn it. If Tank loses based on the score system, then he didn't win. He lost. That's what we trying to tell the people. Boxing Elites, man, they ain't overturning nothing. I know, my brother, you don't give a damn about the rules of boxing either. You're about defending Tank Davis no matter what. So I know you're not going to be down with nobody overturning nothing. But all I'm saying is the Athletic Commission can without a doubt overturn it. And right now, they got their backs up against the wall. Because if they decide to leave it as is, you're setting a new precedent for boxing. And I ask this question to all boxing fans, but especially Tank Davis fans. Do you want a sport of boxing where fighters could just take a knee whenever they feel like it and pause the action? Think about that. Think about that. Pero, y'all hate on Tank so much. You see? All you say is that people hate. You hate the rules. You hate the truth. You hate anything that doesn't favor Tank Davis. You defend Tank Davis no matter what. You're not a fan of boxing. You're a fan of Tank. You want Tank to win so bad that you don't care. You will go against boxing rules. You will go against the integrity of the sport to defend Tank Davis. Come on now. No one... I'm going to remind you this, my brother. When Tank Davis retires, you're going to keep watching boxing? Or you're going to retire when Tank Davis retires and stop watching boxing? No. Tank Davis is not going to fight forever, my peoples. So when you want to just straight up defend, you got to say, okay, at what point do we defend the integrity of the sport? Straight Nick, I'm a 2-time Golden Glove champion and Tank touch Roach more. Roach looked busier, but was tired of boys in the hood, box in the air. Come on, Straight Nick. Look, I'm going to respect your opinion because you're a boxer too, but a lot of boxers just like you and professional boxers and world champions don't see it the way you saw it. I don't see it the way you saw it. So, if I saw Lamont Roach throwing and landing more punches, the CompuBox had Lamont Roach throwing and landing more punches. There you have it. But at this point, and this goes to everybody, my peoples, at this point, it's not about what you think, who landed more punches and who had more rounds. It's not even about that anymore because the decision already came down. We already know that the decision had 2 scorecards as a draw. No matter what we think happened in the ring, 2 scorecards had it as a draw. And neither one of those scorecards took into account a point deduction that should have taken place in the 9th round. Come on now. Neither one of those scorecards deducted a point from Tank Davis for taking a knee. Yo, Biz, what's the deal, my brother from Australia? Yeah, land of the kangaroo. I'm going to visit Australia one of these days. I promise you that. But why is it, yo, that Tank Davis fans refuse to acknowledge the rules of boxing? The only thing y'all could defend is, oh, nah, you hating. Oh, nah. But y'all don't want to talk about the rules. I think that is sad that you could be a fan of a sport that you supposedly love so much, but you defend one fighter over the integrity of the sport. And it shouldn't be that way, my peoples. The sport is more important than any one fighter. The sport of boxing. That's why people feel like the sport is rigged. Because they watch somebody take a knee and nothing happens. They're like, oh, damn. You could just take a timeout whenever you feel like it. Come on now. So, Just Business says, main point in his track record, he couldn't talk shit like he usually do. Mouse was there. But please, explain the knee rule. So I'll be happy to explain the knee rule real quick for everybody that's on here. By the way, thank you to everybody who hit the like button. And thank you to everybody who subscribed. I see some more people subscribe today. I'm going to explain to you the rule right now. And I posted it already on this same channel. The rules of boxing stipulate if you voluntarily take a knee to pause the action, that is an automatic point deduction. That is actually a rule. This is not up to interpretation. Some people say, oh, it's up to the referee. No, my peoples, that's not up to the referee. And by the way, the referee caught it. It's not like he missed it. He started a count and he just randomly stopped counting. So there goes the rule, my brother. There's an automatic point deduction for taking a knee. Tank Davis took a knee. There should have been a point deduction. How could you be such a diehard fan of a fighter that you don't give a damn about the rules? That's crazy. That shows you that you're more a fan of Tank Davis than a fan of boxing. You could ask for a timeout when you're in a gym, in a sparring session. You can't ask for a timeout in a boxing match for a world title in front of the world to see. Claymore Rain, it will make the card, the Tank 1 turn, into a draw card. And the other two, Roach majority decision for Roach. And the new, you damn right, Claymore Rain. That's why look at Tank Davis fans talking about, nah, because Tank, he really won that fight. And he could have won it and y'all hate him. Y'all whole argument, y'all will argue everything but the rules of boxing. Everything but the rules of boxing. That's nasty work, man. Tank Davis fans, what y'all doing is crazy work. Y'all really out here ignoring the rules. Damn the rules. We gonna defend Tank Davis no matter what. That's crazy work, my peoples. I'm trying to tell you what the rules actually are. And it's like y'all won't back down. You don't have it in you to say, damn, you know what? It's true, man. They didn't follow the rules. Lamont Roach would have won. Look at this. Wesley Ladd, you're saying they already made the decision. It's a draw. You're wrong and late. Wesley, the New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing the decision. If you're not aware of this, the Athletic Commission can overturn that decision. Now, just by you saying that, I know you're a hardcore Tank Davis fan, and you're gonna defend Tank Davis no matter what. Cause Tank Davis fans, yo, y'all loyal. I got it, yo, salute to Tank Davis fans, yo, y'all loyal, and y'all will defend him no matter what. Wesley, Lads, you're saying you're a fan of boxing, but right now you're being a fan of Tank Davis because the rules of boxing stipulate that a knee is an automatic point deduction. The athletic commission already said that that call was not made by the referee, and we're reviewing it. What do you think a review means? Do you think they just review for no reason? Like, what are people confused? Why Tank Davis? It's almost like Tank Davis fans is like, y'all forget about the English language. Like, y'all forget what a review means. I already told you what was the rule on taking a knee. Do you want me to give you a definition on a review, what a review is and what a review is for? Look, Claymore Rain, Gilberto Mendoza, WBA president, has confirmed that a knee is a knockdown. Yo, everybody understand that a knee is a knockdown except Tank Davis fans. Tank Davis fans, as soon as you bring up the rule, you a hater. You a hater. You don't know what you're talking about. You need to do your research. Nah, man. Y'all just defend Tank Davis no matter what. Y'all trying to defend Tank Davis no matter what. Y'all just late. It got reviewed. They not overturning it. Yo, Rick Sanchez, how you going to say that it got reviewed when they specifically said that they're under review? So I guess you don't know how a review works, my brother. So listen. Since there seems to be a lot of confusion about the review, here's what I'm going to say, my peoples. For everybody, especially for Tank Davis fans who y'all don't know what a review is. Once the New York State Athletic Commission starts a review, this is what they do. They look at the round. They look at what happened, what call was missed, and then they render a decision what exactly they're going to do. They have not rendered a decision yet. Trust me, when they render a decision, when they say what's the outcome of the review, that's going to be all over social media. Whether they decide to keep it as is or they decide to overturn it, we're gonna find out. So Wesley Lads, you talking about they already reviewed? Stop making stuff up out of thin air. Like, you literally making stuff up out of thin air. Like, to defend Tank Davis, people just make stuff up out of thin air. Oh yeah, the review is done. Who told you the review is done? They haven't even posted or make a single statement about that review. We're still waiting for the decision. Junior says they ain't changing shit. What's done is done. Okay, if you believe that, I know that you're a Tank Davis fan and that you're going to defend Tank Davis no matter what. But a review means that they can change it. So wait for the review. Wait for the review instead of making stuff up out of thin air, my people. Let's stop making, like Tank Davis fans, y'all want to defend him so bad that y'all make your own review and y'all make your own decision. Well, my brother, the New York State Athletic Commission, they're the ones who are going to make that decision. So I understand you don't want them to overturn it. I understand you want Tank to stay undefeated. I understand you're going to defend Tank no matter what. You're going to defend Tank over the boxing rules. Tank is more important than the whole sport of boxing to y'all. But the decision is going to make by the New York State Athletic Commission. Not by you just saying, oh, they're not going to do anything. We're going to find out. We're going to find out soon enough. Y'all Tank fanboys can yell and moan all you want. But the commission doesn't even know y'all exist. That's the point. The Athletic Commission is doing their review. They don't know what y'all saying in social media. They don't know that y'all calling people a hater and all that crazy stuff. Right now, the commission is just reviewing what happened in round number 9. That's what they're doing. And based on what happened in round number 9, they're going to render a decision. That's it. We're going to find, and I promise you, my people, this review is not going to take a long time. This review is not going to take a long time. Yeah, my peoples. If y'all see anybody talking crazy, put them on pause, man. Do what y'all got to do. Handle that. Because the one thing I tell everybody, man, we not up in here to disrespect nobody. We not up in here to talk crazy. So if you need to pause somebody, put their ass on pause. But again, my peoples, this is what I say. You could be a fan of a fighter and just argue for that fighter, or you could be a fan of the sport of boxing. If you're saying that it's okay to leave it like that, then are you okay with from here on out, any fighter could just take a knee and pause the action? LB Marshall, overturn it, overturn it, overturn it. I mean, you know what? If they want to do what's right, they should overturn it. They should overturn. Now, Junior, you're saying Tank is going to KO him in the rematch. What about that first fight says Tank Davis can KO Lamont Roach? What about that fight tells you that he can knock him out? He never hurt Lamont Roach, not even once in that fight. Never had him wobbled. Never did anything that says he could knock him out. But you feel like he could knock him out. So, if we look, Claymore Rain, Roach won in according to the judges. There you have it. According to the current scorecards, if the rules are followed, Lamont Roach is the new champion in that division. You see, Junior, you're saying Tank was clean. Roach didn't do nothing to him. You're being a Tank Davis fan defending Tank because we're past that argument, my brother. That's it. The scorecards are out there. Your argument is irrelevant because the scorecards are out there, and we already know that Lamont Roach and Tank Davis had a draw on 2 of the cards. So you're making an irrelevant argument. Oh, Tank won because he did this. Nah. 2 scorecards had it a draw. A point deduction is going to have Tank Davis losing that fight based on that point deduction. Why is that so hard to accept? Look what Claymore Rain just said. Facts over your feelings, ladies and gentlemen. Facts over your feelings, my peoples. Why are we going to defend one fighter over the sport of boxing? One day Tank Davis is going to retire. Are you going to retire from boxing with him? Is that what you're going to do? No, you're going to keep watching boxing. So again, I ask you, would you like to see a sport of boxing where all fighters can just take a knee whenever they feel like it? Yo, thank you to everybody who hit the like button. Thank you to the new subscribers. I see some people jumping in on Box Center. Your favorite boxer's favorite boxing show, my peoples. That's the magic question, man. Do you want to see a sport of boxing where people could just take a knee? Shout out to Bejerling Hernandez. Appreciate you jumping in, boo. Do you want to see a sport of boxing where fighters could just take a knee and pause the action whenever they feel like it? Elijah Banjuda. Appreciate you, my brother. LB Marshall. Yo, you new subscribers coming in, man. I really appreciate y'all. And if I'm not a Tank hater, my peoples. I actually predicted that Tank was going to knock him out by the 8th or before the 8th round. That's what I predicted. I don't want my prediction to be wrong, my peoples. I predicted Tank was going to knock him out. But if he lost, he lost. The rules of boxing are more important than any one fighter. No one fighter is more important than the rules of boxing. Claymore Rain, if you're up in here, did you also predict that Tank was going to knock him out? I'm just curious. Did you make that prediction as well? LB Marshall, new subscriber, papa. Oye, papi, eso se aprecia que tú entraste para acá conmigo. Vamos a comer ajo un día de esto para allá por Puerto Rico. So I'm trying to tell you, my peoples. You see that? Look at this, my peoples. That's how you know when somebody's keeping it real. Claymore Rain, this dude is a boxing brain. And he predicted that Tank Davis was going to knock him out. Yet, he's willing to admit that his prediction was wrong. We predicted it wrong and we're admitting it. Nobody wants to predict it wrong. I don't want to have my predictions be wrong. I want my prediction to be accurate. I got it wrong. So when you say, nah, y'all want Tank Davis to lose, bro, we predicted that he was going to knock Roach out. Claymore Rain says, by the way, half of these Tank fans will retire with him. I believe you, my G. I believe you 100%. Because if you're fighting for Tank, and you're refusing to even acknowledge the rules, it's showing that you're more interested in Tank Davis than in the sport of boxing. You don't give a damn what happens in boxing. If every other fighter starts taking a knee and pausing the action, you don't care about that. As long as Tank Davis gets the W and gets the title, you're happy with that. That's all you want. Come on, my peoples. Olsen D says stay tuned for the rematch. I'm with the rematch. I'm with it. I want that rematch. But if the New York State Athletic Commission is able to do what's right, if they're able to give the decision to the right man based on what the scorecards read and based on the point deduction that should have taken place, Lamont Roach needs to walk out of this review with the win. He needs to be the winner. And people don't want to see Tank Davis take that L. Zems Romos, it was a good fight. The draw, a good decision. Rematch for sure. All right. I respect your opinion, my brother. But we're always going to end up with that review. That review is going to determine what's going to happen. And On Point is saying, yo, deduct that point. There you have it. Deduct that point. And if you deduct that point, Tank Davis took his first loss. The moment you deduct that point, Lamont Roach is a champion in the division. Claymore Rain, Tank reached out to Lomachenko for a fight next. Rumor is Jake Paul was going to walk into the ring after the fight. It's all nasty work. And I heard about that. Because Jake Paul, he even went backstage and everything with Tank Davis before the fight. Imagine that. Y'all face a boxing, fighting Jake Paul. And you know what? I tell you what. I guarantee you, Tank Davis fans will be cool with him fighting Jake Paul. The same Tank Davis fans who've been knocking Jake Paul for years, who've been saying, yo, Jake Paul, he's a fake boxer, he a YouTuber, blah, blah, blah. Those same fans, when he fight Tank Davis, oh, yeah, I'm cool with that now. I'm cool. I'm okay with that. You will validate a goddamn circus show if Tank Davis is involved with it. Come on, man. Let's keep it 100, my peoples. You can't put a fighter on top ahead of the sport. The sport of boxing. Like, don't we love the sweet science? Isn't that what this is about? We love the sport of boxing. We love combat sports. Because this whole thing about Tank Davis, and y'all wanted to defend Tank Davis no matter what, I keep asking you, what is the sport of boxing going to turn into if any fighter could just take a knee whenever they feel like it? Carlos Davey, bro, I don't do the fan shit. All right, Carlos Davey, if you don't do the fan shit, then I ask you a question. If round number 9 is under review, what should happen? Should they allow Tank Davis to take a knee and leave it as a draw? Or should they overturn the referee's lack of action and go through with that point deduction? I've been telling everybody, the New York State Athletic Commission, if they leave it as is, they're setting a precedent. Now you're going to tell all fighters you can take a knee to pause the action, baby. You imagine a sport of boxing where you could just take a knee? Look, Big Hands Multimedia. Am I a Tank hater, or you're simply such a fan of Tank that you don't care about the rules of boxing? That's the go-to line, a Tank hater, a Tank hater. You don't care about the rules of boxing. Tank Davis is more important to you than he's to the sport of boxing, than he's to the integrity of the sport. Y'all don't care about the sport of boxing. Y'all just care about defending Tank Davis no matter what. But you see what you're saying, Big Hands Multimedia? You're saying Tank will redeem himself. Rules are rules. Okay, then, so if rules are rules, then why would you think that I'm a hater? Because I'm saying the rules need to be followed. Would you be okay with every fighter from here on out starting to take a knee? Because, hey, I could take a knee and pause the action whenever I feel like it. Would you be okay with that? Because that would absolutely ruin the sport of boxing. The ref started counting, then stopped. Who does that? Jeremy Lee. See what I'm saying? Look what Jeremy Lee said. And we've been talking about that. Yo, the ref counted like up to 3 and then randomly stopped counting. Who does that? Claymore Rain, can a fighter stop the action at any time without being penalized? Yo, I've been asking every Tank Davis fan that question. For whatever reason, Tank Davis fans are so loyal to Tank that y'all don't give a goddamn about the rules, my peoples. It's all about defending him no matter what. Real J Sav, count it to 3. Then tell him he can't take a knee. Like, what's going on, my peoples? That's what I'm talking about. How you start counting and then decide that you're not going to count no more? How? And not only that, why would the referee allow Tank's corner to go on the apron and wipe his face? That's ground for disqualification. Yo, Tank Davis fan base, y'all don't care about the rules of boxing, man. That's crazy work. Y'all only care about defending Tank Davis no matter what. Big Hands Multimedia, is frustrating how everyone's acting like dude just got dog walked. Tank, but they want to take it from Tank. He just have destroyed him in a second fight. Bro, nobody's trying to take it from anybody. We're just trying to say, yo, the rules need to be followed. If 2 of the scorecards had it a draw and there was no point deduction, Lamont Roach wins on those 2 cards if they put that point deduction in there. Why are you not willing to accept the rules and you just attack everybody? Notice your entire argument is about ignoring the rules and attacking everybody. No, they want Tank Davis to lose. They are haters. They want Tank Davis to do this. But you don't say nothing about the rules. The only thing you say about the rules, oh, the rules are rules. It's not just the rules are rules, my brother. They need to be followed. Rules need to be followed. Why is it that Tank Davis fans don't care about the rules of boxing when Tank Davis is involved? Why? It's like, just because he's such a big star, you don't care about the rules for him? Real Prison Talk with Tommy. Yo, Tommy, what's the deal, my brother? Good to see you. Let's keep it a buck, my peoples. Why is it that Tank Davis fans don't care about the rules? You say Big Hands Multimedia. No, I say they want take it from Tank. That's all I'm saying. Nobody wants to take it from Tank, my people. Everybody wants the rules to be followed with everybody, not just with Tank. The rules need to be followed with every fighter. Any fighter take a knee, they need a point deduction. Not Tank Davis. That's the problem. Tank Davis fans, y'all don't want the rules to be followed. If the rules are gonna affect Tank in a negative way, y'all don't want the rules to be followed. Y'all want the rules to be ignored. BLVCK Jericho, he shouldn't have even been fighting Roach in the first place. But that's irrelevant, my brother. He fought Roach. It was a draw on 2 scorecards, and a point deduction was missed. So what he should have or could have done, that's irrelevant, my brother. It's about the rules of boxing. The knockdown had nothing to do with Lamont, and to Tank defense, the referee chose just for stuff like this. I mean, it's all about the rules of boxing being applied to every fighter, my people. Every fighter has to follow the rules of boxing. They were not followed in this fight. And look what On Point is saying. If they enforce the rules, Tank lost. See that? Sorry, Tate, you're saying Tank got robbed? I don't know how you came up with that. I know that you're a Tank Davis fan, but just like every Tank Davis fan, you're ignoring the rules. You're ignoring the rules, my brother. You're ignoring the fact that Tank Davis took a knee and there was no point deduction. So that's what I'm seeing. That's the trend that I'm seeing. Tank Davis fans, y'all don't give a damn about the rules. Y'all will defend Tank Davis no matter what. Juana Sandoval, what's up? And I think, honestly, my peoples, I think that's sad. The ref made an executive decision. Good call by the ref. Silent K. Again, you're talking as a Tank Davis fan and not as a fan of boxing. There's a rule that's already out there that says if you take a knee, that's a point deduction. How are you going to say that the ref did a good job by not following the rules? So again, Tank Davis fans, y'all don't care about the rules of boxing. Y'all don't care about the sport of boxing. Y'all just care about defending Tank Davis. That's it. Jay Jizzle, if the police catch you speeding and only give you a warning, do you still deserve the ticket when you broke the law? My God, what a horrible, that's a horrible comparison. You're comparing the police to a referee in a boxing match? Like, that doesn't even deserve an answer, my brother. That doesn't even deserve an answer. What kind of analogy is that? I don't know, man. This brother brought up the police and the speeding ticket. What the hell does that have to do with a fighter? Like, the rules of traffic are not the same as the rules of boxing. That's a horrible analogy. But again, my people, it's all about the referee. You see, and something to point out to the person who made that horrible analogy. The New York State Athletic Commission in New York, they have the capability to do instant replay. They can do instant replay and overturn the referee's decision. The problem was that they had a technical glitch with their computer or whatever, and they were not able to do the replay. So they had no choice but to let it go the way the referee did it. This is the reason why they're reviewing it, my peoples. What do you think a review means? Think about that. Even though he didn't get hit, but it's against the rules to take a knee. There you have it, my brother. He should have never He should have never went to the corner. Tank moving too much. There you have it, my people. There's a rule very specific in boxing. You cannot take a knee. You cannot pause the action. And you can definitely now go to your corner for assistance. Was y'all watching the fight like I was? Did you see somebody? I think it was Coach Cal. Did you see Coach Cal go on the apron and wipe Tank Davis's face? You cannot do that, my people, mid-round. Why Tank Davis fans don't want to see what happened and understand that they broke the rules 3 times for Tank Davis. Not one, not twice, 3 times they broke the rules for Tank Davis, my peoples. Watch this. Number 1 time, Tank Davis took a knee. Nothing happened. Number 2, Tank turned his back on his opponent and the referee. Y'all remember the part about protect yourself at all times? That went out the window. Tank turning his back on everybody in the ring. You can't do that. That's grounds for them to call it a quit. You quit. And number 3, my boy put his whole head outside the ring and got assistance from Coach Cal. Why is it that everybody just want to ignore that to start calling people a hater? Now watch this. Art bro, if you take a point away, it's still a tie with a point deduction. Oh my God. Art bro, your mathematics is crazy. If 2 cards are a draw and there's a point deduction on Tank, he lost the fight on both of those cards. What kind of mathematics are you doing? What kind of math are you trying to do, my brother? 114, 114 on 2 cards. If those 2 cards get a point deduction, Tank is losing by 1 point on 2 cards. That's a majority decision for Lamont Roach, man. Your mathematics is twisted. What kind of math are you doing? Like, I'm telling you, Tank Davis fans, y'all doing crazy mathematics. Y'all saying that people's hating on Tank. Y'all talking about, Tank got robbed. Y'all talking about everything except what really happened. And what really happened is that 2 judges gave it a draw for Tank Davis. And with that point deduction, Tank Davis loses on 2 cards. This is the whole reason why the New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing it. They are reviewing it because they acknowledged that a point deduction should have happened but didn't. It's already out there, my people. Go find it. I posted it. I even posted the rules of boxing. I posted the damn rules of boxing, my peoples, to let everybody know, yo, this is the actual rule. Albert, the judging was a bit shady, though. We could say that, but that's the thing about the judging, and that's why a lot of fights get stolen from fighters, because judging is not up to review. We can't review the judging. That's why when a fighter get robbed, that's it, he got robbed. There's no review for judging. But there is a review for a missed call. The referee missed the call, may have been biased, may have done it on purpose, or for whatever reason. But I keep reminding y'all, the referee started counting and then stopped counting. Why he stopped counting? He knows the rules. That's the one thing. A lot of us, we had to look for the rules to make sure. But the referee knows the rules. He started counting because he saw Tank Davis take a knee. Why he stopped counting? You see, Silent K, you're saying it was a good fight, but why am I hating on Tank? So, wanting to follow the rules of boxing, you think that's hating on Tank? Only Tank Davis fans think that it's okay not to follow the rules. And anybody who follows the rules is hating. Come on now. The referee did not follow the rules. How could you think that protecting the sport of boxing by saying the rules need to be followed, you call that hating? I'm not hating, my brother. You're an extreme Tank Davis fanatic. You will defend Tank Davis no matter what. And you will defend Tank Davis above the rules of boxing. Tank Davis is more important to you than the rules of boxing. That's crazy work, my peoples. That's when you show that you're more of a fan of a fighter than you're a fan of the sport. That's that's crazy work, my peoples. That's crazy work. In the contract, they have a rematch. Yeah, but whether they have a rematch or not, it doesn't really have anything to do with the rules of boxing being broken in round number 9. Chelsea Ford, no, that's not hating. People need to stick to the rules. You see, Chelsea, I appreciate you chiming in and calling it how you see it. You know how many people go in here, you a hater, you a hater. Because, yeah, yo, listen to this, my peoples. Anybody that calls me a hater, you either don't understand the integrity of the sport or you don't give a damn about the integrity of the sport. You just want to defend your guy no matter what. Because the integrity of the sport is to protect it, to make sure that it's always fair competition. That's what we always want. Fair competition. When you say, I'm hating, what you're also saying, any fighter that I like should be able to take a knee and pause the action whenever they feel like it. I like Tank, he could take a knee. You don't care about the sport. You care more about Tank Davis than you care about boxing. So when somebody actually cares about boxing, cares about the integrity of the sport, you call him a hater. That's crazy work. Art Bro, ref waved off as not a knockdown. Then he started to count. Don't blame the fighters, blame the ref. I mean, the ref made a mistake. But did he really make a mistake or was he being biased? Because the fact that he knows the rules and he started counting, what should we make of that? What should we make of that? Why exactly? You know, I wish I could talk to that referee myself. I wish I could see it. And I could say, hey, listen, can you please tell me why you started counting and then you stopped? I would like to see it. Now, I ask you, my peoples, why do you think that he started counting and then stopped? Why? What if Tyson didn't get disqualified for biting Holyfield? All boxers would be biting today. You could do whatever you want. People don't understand that the rules of boxing are there for a reason. It's for a reason that there's rules. And once you start breaking the rules for this fighter or that fighter, number one, everybody starts saying, well, this is fake. The sport is scripted. That's the reason why a bunch of people have left the sport of boxing and started watching MMA and started watching bare knuckle. Because they decided, you know what? I'm not going to watch. This is fake. This is fake. Silent K, the fact that Roach is complaining about the knee is girly. You see, Silent K, you're a diehard Tank Davis fan who defend Tank no matter what. You don't care about the rules. The fighter, how are you going to say it's girly for him to complain about the rules not being followed? Nasty work. Tank Davis fans, nasty work, my peoples. Y'all really will defend Tank over the rules of boxing. Nasty work, my peoples. Did you see the ref call timeout first? What do you not understand, my brother? That the rules of boxing were not followed by the ref. You're talking about a timeout. It doesn't matter. The ref cannot call timeout either. What are you not understanding about that? This is the reason why the fight, round number 9, is under review right now. Yo, Tank Davis fans, my peoples, y'all don't even want to understand why there's a review going on. Y'all don't want to understand that there's a review for a reason. Go get the money. It's crazy how Tank fans want the rules to be bent for Tank. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, my brother, Tank Davis fans don't give a damn about the rules of boxing. They're going to defend Tank no matter what. And I keep asking people, you imagine a sport of boxing where people could just take a knee whenever they feel like it? Look at that, John Parham. A corner can't touch a fighter during a count either. And they can't touch or assist a fighter mid-round while the clock is ticking. So many rules were broken in round number 9. But Tank Davis fans, y'all just want to defend, no matter what. Daquan Butler, the ref usually see the knockdown as being hurt. Nah, my brother. I understand what you're saying about seeing a knockdown as being hurt, but there's rules that stipulate you take a knee, it's an automatic count. As a matter of fact, this is not even up for discussion because the New York Athletic Commission already acknowledged this. They said that was a knockdown. We were not able to replay it because of a technical glitch, and that's why it happened. We missed it. Even the WBA president said it today. Yes, a knee is a point deduction, but it was missed. So whether or not it should have been a point deduction, that's not even up for debate. We already know it should have been a point deduction. Brim Life, watch the video, slow it down. The breed with his eye, he takes his right glove, rubs his eye, look at the referee, then takes a knee. Now, I'm going to post a video, Brim Life, that's going to prove you wrong. What actually happened, listen to this, my peoples. I want you to listen to this because I'm going to post a video. Tank Davis took a jab right in the eye. Boom! And when he took that jab, he went like this, look. Boom! And he took a knee right away. So the jab didn't drop him, but that jab went right in his eye and probably put some Vaseline in his eye that made it burn. He took a shot in the eye. And when it burned from that shot, that's when he took a knee. And he gave you the story about the grease. Oh, they did my grease, my cornrows, which was 100% cap. So I'm going to tell you like this, my peoples. I had long hair for over 10 years. I used to do cornrows all the time. Tank Davis did them cornrows on a Wednesday morning and fought on Saturday night. If there's anybody in this life who got long hair or who got cornrows, my peoples, when you do cornrows, after just 2 days, that grease is dry as hell. That grease is dry, my peoples. For Tank to say that 3 days and a half after he did them cornrows, the grease went down into his eye, that is such horse shit. That is a horrible lie. What could have went into the eyes? After every round, they put Vaseline in your face. And from getting hit, that Vaseline also goes in the gloves. Even from you blocking yourself, your own Vaseline can go in your gloves. So he took a punch in the eye. It could have been sweat, it could have been Vaseline, but it burned. As soon as he took that punch in the eye, he went like that, boop, and took a knee. So I want y'all to remember, the New York State Athletic Commission, they not going by what I'm saying. They not going by what y'all saying. They not going about what Tank Davis fans feel like everybody hating. They're going by the video evidence. And I'm telling you, my peoples, I already got a video with an angle showing Tank Davis took a jab in the eye, went like this, and immediately took a knee. I got the video already. I'm going to post it. So for everybody saying Tank Davis did not get hit, he definitely 100% without a shred of doubt got hit in that eye. Went like this and took a knee. That punch made him take a knee. So all I'm saying is, And somebody said that I was lying. I saw in the comments somebody said that's lies. I'm gonna tell you, the only reason somebody will say that I'm lying is because you're new on this channel and you don't know how I rock. I don't do those, my peoples. I don't fabricate stories. I don't say stuff for likes. I don't say stuff for views. I don't do clickbait content. I call it how it really is, my peoples. So I'm going to post a video and you're going to have the opportunity to see it. Tank Davis took a jab right in the eye and went like this and took a knee. The reason why maybe you haven't seen that video is because the video that was playing during the fight is a far wide angle where Lamont Roach has his back to the camera and Tank Davis is technically behind Lamont Roach. And you see him take a knee. But there's a whole new angle where you can actually see that he took a punch right in the eye. And when he got hit, he went like that. And took a knee. My peoples, it was a punch that burned that eye. So anybody who thinks I'm lying, I'm capping, you're going to see the video. You're going to see the video. Rick Rivera says, should have been over round number 9. It could have been over. Tank Davis could have been disqualified. Forget about the point deduction. Protect yourself at all times. The moment he turned around his back on the referee and the fighter, he could have been disqualified. The moment he stuck his face outside the whole ring, and his trainer went on the apron and wiped his face mid-round while the clock is ticking, he could have been disqualified. Love more Hinduism. Did you see the angle where Tank Davis got punched in the eye and then he went down after going like this? So there you have it, my people. And you see word, I had Lamont edging it out without the knee. Me too. I had Lamont Roach winning the fight without the knee, without the point deduction. But I also knew they're going to be biased towards Tank Davis. That was the Tank Davis show. And we know that they were biased towards Tank Davis. Yo, the moment the referee started counting and randomly stopped counting, you know that was the Tank Davis show. You know it. You know it. So, why would, if the referee's not being biased, why would he start counting and then stop? How? Go get the money. You see, Steve Willis just stopped counting. How? Why? Lou, you're 100% correct. He's lucky the ref didn't call the knockdown. Yo, he's lucky the ref didn't call the knockdown and lucky that he didn't get disqualified for walking away from his opponent. Lucky that he didn't get disqualified for his corner going on the apron and cleaning his face mid-round while the clock is ticking. We have to just look at it like this, my people. Everything that happened in round number 9 is crazy. And right now, the New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing it. And when they're reviewing it, they're going to look at the knee down. They're going to look at Tank getting punched in the eye, going like this and taking a knee. They're going to look at Tank walking away from his opponent. They're going to look at Tank sticking his whole head outside the ring, his corner going on the apron and wiping his face. How many goddamn rules did they break in those few seconds? So, you know, for everybody who's defending Tank Davis, for everybody who's saying, oh, I'm a hater, all I'm saying is, my peoples, the rules of boxing need to be followed for everybody. When you don't follow the rules, you give people the fuel to say the sport is rigged. It's fake. It's not really fair competition. The rules have to be followed for everybody. Now, Daquan Butler says, everyone is being biased. Y'all either Tank fans or fake Lamont fans. Whoever seen this fight being close. Thomas Diggs, I'm a Tank fan. But I'm a Tank fan, but I'm a fan of boxing. And Roach won. You see what I'm saying? Thomas Diggs, you're a real one, my brother. Because even though you're a Tank fan, you don't put him above the sport of boxing. You're a fan of the sport. So as much as you love Tank, you can't even bring yourself to put him above the sport of boxing, above the sweet science. But there's a lot of Tank fans that put him above the sport, above the rules. Look at this. Blessed27 says, there's no rules. People been doing this before Tank. Why you think he said he wanted to retire? Okay, Blessed27, tell me who you seen take a knee, no 8 count, walk away from the ref, and get help from his corner. You says everybody been doing it. You says people been doing this. Who's people? I've been following boxing for over 25 years. I never seen it. So if you could tell me on the comment section who's everybody or who's the people that you talking about that been doing it, because I never seen them, brother. Roach did not win. He was hitting Tank's gloves. So now you're going into opinion. The decision is already out there, my brother. 2 judges scored it a draw. There was a point deduction that did not happen. If that point deduction happens, Lamont Roach wins the fight. I don't know why you're arguing about who was hitting who. That's irrelevant. That's a whole different argument. You're arguing about what happened in the fight. Nobody's going to argue that. That's not on the review. What they're reviewing is what happened in round number 9. That's what they're reviewing, my peoples. They're reviewing round number 9. Go back, look at Mayweather fights. Now, Mayweather fight, Mayweather have 50 fights. Which fight are you talking about? Mayweather hurt his hand and walked away when he was hurt. What fight was that? And see what happens. What fight was that? Not only that, how long ago was that again? You said people been doing it. Mayweather hurt his hand. You just said it. Hurt his hand. Tank Davis didn't hurt anything. But not only that, you're bringing up a fighter who retired how many years ago? In a fight that took place how many years ago? Come on. Come on, my brother. That's what you got? A retired fighter? Come on now. Come on, my brother. That's showing you that nobody has ever done what Tank Davis did. Voluntarily took a knee, walked away to his corner, and got assistance from his corner mid-round. You ain't never seen that happen. You're talking about one guy who damn near broke his hand, who after the fight showed his hand looking like a boxing glove, how swollen it was. Floyd went down because he got hurt. Damn near broke his hand. Actually, I think he did break his hand in that fight. And you're going to compare that to Tank Davis taking a knee to pause the action on purpose? Come on, man. Come on now. Look, Chelsea Ford, I never seen it. I can't even name the fight just talking. You see? Okay, Mayweather did hurt his hand and did take a knee. But he took the count. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He took the count. See? So people keep bringing up Tank Davis, trying to defend him by bringing up Floyd. Yo, this guy broke his hand. He got hurt. And he took a count. Tank Davis did not get hurt, my peoples. he took a knee to pause the action. It don't work that way. Now, I always ask people, if you feel, think about that, if you feel like what Tank Davis did is okay, from here on out, do you think that fighters should be able to take a knee whenever they feel like it? Or you're only keeping that energy for Tank Davis? Be honest with me. Are you only keeping that energy for Tank Davis? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me, my people. Vic SZNTV. Toma. What's good, my boy? Yo, I see a lot of people hit that like button. I see some new subscribers jumped in the building. I appreciate y'all. Y'all, salute to everybody coming through. For those calling me a Tank hater, man, I'm not no damn Tank hater, my peoples. Keon McQueen, OG, what's happening? What's the deal, my G? Can't call it, man. We out here talking boxing. Trying to see what's going on. Why Tank Davis fans don't give a damn about boxing rules. It's all about defending Tank Davis no matter what. No matter what, defend, defend, defend. And all I'm saying is, I'm calling it how I see it. I'm calling it. And you know what, Stringer Bell? That's the same way to me. Without the rules of boxing, without the knee, I still see Lamont Roach winning that fight. I saw him winning it. But, okay, the judges didn't give it to him. Cool. Let's see what the finding is now going to be. Because a lot of people don't seem to understand what a review is about. The New York State Athletic Commission, my peoples, is reviewing round number 9. They don't care about my or your opinion about who should have won, who landed more punches, who did this, who did that. The Athletic Commission right now, they're reviewing the knee. They're reviewing Tank walking away from his opponent. And they're reviewing Tank's corner going on the apron and wiping his face. That's what they're reviewing. And as of right now, the fight ended with 2 scorecards having a draw. A single point deduction will mean that Lamont Roach will be named the winner of that fight. Duquan Butler, Lamont didn't do enough to win. He didn't have to be given the fight. Again, it's up to an opinion. A lot of people feel like he didn't do enough to win, and a lot of people felt like he did enough to win. I feel like he did enough to win, but it's not about our feelings. It's not about our opinion. Right now, it's about the New York State Athletic Commission and what they're going to find after their review. That's it. That review is going to tell us what's really going to happen. Jiu-Jitsu Jedi. Lamont Roach did more than enough to win. He whooped Tank. Tank didn't even know what round, what day, what year, and what fight he was in. So, I'm going to tell you something like this, my peoples. We have to be honest and we have to keep it 100. The first 6 rounds, Tank Davis started slow. He started real slow. And he does that in almost every fight. That's normal for him. He's a slow starter. If you look back, salute my G on Laced. You already know, you my guy. My peoples, you already know. If you look at Tank Davis versus Frank the Ghost Martin, Tank lost the first 3 rounds on all 3 judges' scorecards. And that's done by design. Tank is a notorious slow starter. Why? Because he's studying you, he's timing you, he's figuring you out, and eventually he's going to start landing those heavy shots and knock you the F out. That's just what he do. That's what he been doing. If you look at Tank Davis's last 5 fights, without counting this one, he lost most of the early rounds. If you look at the first 5 rounds, he lost at least 3 of them. Oh, yo me comí un picapollo bacanísimo ayer, hermanito. He lost at least 3 of the first 5 rounds in the last 5 fights he was in. He's a slow starter. But you know what happened in this fight, my peoples? After he lost the first half, by round number 7 and round number 8, that's when he started trying to pick up the pace. He was behind on the cards, my peoples. Scooby-Doo bringing up Dracula, you need to get out of here. Peace out, Scooby-Doo. We don't need you. So, he was behind on the cards, my people. We all have to, even Tank Davis, even the most hardcore Tank Davis fans have to admit he was behind on the cards. At the midway point, he had to be behind on the cards. He's a slow starter, and he's always behind on the cards. The only problem is that he was planning to knock him out, and the knockout never came. The knockout that he was planning on, it never happened. So now, what did we get? A 12-round decision, which was biased in Tank's favor, because they gave it a draw. They didn't want to give him that loss on his record. They gave it a draw. But now those 2 cards that were a draw, they being under review, my peoples. They being under review. So that's my point. Tank Davis, he started slow like he does in every fight. And then when he realized, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to knock this guy out, he started to pick up the pace, but it was too late. He was way behind on the cards. He should have lost on the cards anyway, without the knee. But now that they cheated Lamont Roach out of that win, round number 9 is under review. And for people who don't understand, when there's a review, they do that because something went wrong. The New York State Athletic Commission already admitted, my peoples. Let's look at the facts. They already admitted the referee missed the call. In New York, for those of you who don't know, and I'm from New York, for those of you who don't know, in New York, they have instant replay. But they said that they had a glitch in their system and they were not able to replay it. They were not able to replay it. So guess what? They decided to review the fight outcome because they're saying, wait a minute, with that point that was missed, Lamont Roach would have won the fight. Thomas Diggs says it's all about the money. John Parham on Lace. That's in 2022. They admitted to technical difficulties. Thomas Diggs, Vegas don't want to pay that. And I've been saying that, my peoples. Lamont Roach was a 20-1 underdog. 20-1 underdog. If they overturn that decision, Vegas is going to have to pay out everybody who money they took. And they're going to have to pay that plus 20. They're going to have to pay you back times 20. They're going to get cleaned out. There's going to be bookies out there that's going to have a heart attack. Come on now. But again, I've been saying it, my peoples. I've been saying it. If you watch the fight, round number 9, and you understand how the rules work, Lamont Roach should be the rightful winner. We're not going to debate who hit harder and who hit more punches. That's not even up to debate, my people, because the scorecards are already in. That's it. We can't argue about the scorecards, my peoples. That's why fighters get robbed all the time, because we cannot debate the scorecards. The scorecards do not get reviewed. What's being reviewed is the decision to not take a point from Tank Davis. That's under review, my peoples. So Before I drop off, I'm about to finish this live, my people. Before I drop off, I want to give a shout out to everybody who hit that like button. I want to give a shout out to everybody who subscribed today to the channel. I want to give a shout out to John Parham. That's my guy right there. Daquan Butler, Kia McQueen, Jiu Jitsu Jedi, Warlock Boxing. Yo, Unlaced, salute. Everybody who's showing me love, everybody who coming up in here, y'all know what it is, my peoples. I don't be hating on Tank. I love the sport of boxing, and I fight for the integrity of the sport. By the way, I want to show you something, my peoples. I'm going to turn this light off so y'all can see something. For those who don't know why I say this is your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show, I want to show y'all who's seen my last Instagram story that I posted earlier today. Do y'all recognize some of those names? Right there you can see Shakur Stevenson, Clarissa Shields, Danny Garcia, Fundora is there. Ooh, look. That's Lamont Roach, my peoples. Lamont Roach seen the story that I posted today. So even Lamont Roach, my peoples, even Lamont Roach knows I got his back. Knows. So that's why, my people. Oh, yeah. You seen it, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn stay checking out my stories. You know why? Yo, if you name your top 10 favorite fighters of today, I promise you, my peoples, at least 7, 8 of them check me out all the time. You think world champions, Eddie Hearn, the best promoters out there are going to be checking me out if I'm just capping, if I'm out here making stuff up on some goofball shit? Nah, my peoples. They come through and check me out because they know I'm unbiased. I go at anybody and I call it how I see it, my peoples. So that's why Box Center is your favorite boxer's favorite boxing show. Because I promise you, your favorite boxers be checking me out. And they know I do this for the love of the sport of boxing. I promise you, if you go back and you check out some of my videos, you're going to see I do this for the love of the sport, my peoples. That's what this is all about. So I appreciate all of you rocking with me. I appreciate the likes, the new subscribes. I appreciate the love y'all be giving me in the comment section. And we're going to do it again tomorrow at 9 in the morning. Come rock with me. We're going to be talking some more about Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and Devin Haney. All 3 of them on the same card in New York City, in Times Square, and they all have very tough opponents to face. Devin Haney, we don't know if he's going to be iffy. We don't know about after taking that beating from Ryan Garcia, how is he going to bounce back? He's fighting Jose Ramirez, who got popped. Is Devin going to be able to handle that punch? Teofimo Lopez, he's fighting Barboza. Barboza can fight. Matter of fact, I think Barboza may actually beat him. Barboza's good. And then Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. We all seen the viral sparring session where they was trying to knock each other's heads off. You know damn well they're going to try to knock each other's heads off in that fight. So I'm looking forward to that. That card is stacked. Young talent. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow, my peoples. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Jay Smith. Shout out to everybody. One love to everybody who rocking with me. Your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show. Y'all already know why this is your favorite boxer's favorite boxing show. We're going to keep doing this, my peoples. One love to everybody. Salute. Warlock Boxing. I appreciate you, my brother. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, my peoples. Y'all already know what it is, man.